Good day everyone, my name is Jacqueline J. Braganza and I will be discussing to you the Module 8, Instances and Attempts of Morolumad Christian Filipino Cooperation in our subject, History of the Filipino Muslims and Indigenous People of Minsopala. So before we start, let us have first the objectives. So at the end of the discussion, students should be able to use following question. Were there instances or attempts of Morolumad and Christian Filipino cooperation in their struggle against foreign colonialism? What instances can we get out of these attempts? So, in our first topic, we have the Revisit Horacio de Acosta's report on the speech of Dato Buisan to the Datos of Leyte. So, let me read you first the speech of Dato Buisan to the Dato of Leyte. So, the Leyte Datos were waiting for him. He took their gold and bells and released to them, whom they would. Then he opened his mind to them. It was not much for the ransom, he said, that he said sent for them, but to ask them to consider what real advantage they would derive from being tributary to the Spaniards. Has the Spaniard been able to protect them? Had he been able to protect the people of Panay, Mindoro, and Balayan? But if they allied themselves to the Maguindanaons, they would have him Buisan for their friend, and not what he was now, much to his regret, their foe. Let them further consider how easy it would be for them to overthrow the Spanish yoke with the help of the Maguindanaons. The Spaniards, after all, were only a handful, nor they as invincible as they made themselves out to be. Let the people of Leyte resolute, let them prepare to rise as one man. The following year he, Buisan, would come with a great armada, and together they would sweep the island clear of Spaniards. The Datus thought that there was much wisdom in this speech. They sat down and Buisan and entered into a blood compact with them. They slashed their wrists and let the blood drip into a bowl of brandy. They drank their mingled blood from the common bowl, and so became brothers. This done, Buisan turned the prows of his fleet for home. So in the speech is that in the speech is how Dato Buisan convinced the Leyte Datus to cooperate with him in fighting towards the Spanish colonizer. So before that is Dato Buisan prepared a plan for the Dato of Leyte to consider. So but with that, the Dato of Leyte or the people of Leyte should ally themselves first to the Maguindanaons so that Dato Buisan would switch side and become their ally, and so with that it would make it easier for them to overthrow the Spanish colonizer rule. And when the Dato of Leyte agreed to his plan, the Datus thought that there was much of wisdom in his speech, so they sat down with Buisan and entered a blood compact or sa tinatawag na sanduguan, and then they slashed the wrist and let the blood drip into a bowl of brandy, and then they drank their blood and became brothers. And so in the first question, we have, were there instances or attempts of Morolumad and Christian Filipino cooperation in their struggle against the foreign colonialism? So in the speech I've read about Dato Buisan is one of the concrete example of cooperation. When Dato Buisan and the Dato of Leyte entered a bad compact sa Duguan, is one of the concrete examples between our Islamized and Christianized forefathers against our foreign colonialism. So, but that's not the only instances. Here is another instance about the letter of Baldomero Aguinaldo and the brother of President Emilio Aguinaldo. So, Baldomero Aguinaldo and the brother of President Emilio Aguinaldo also wrote a letter dated May 31, 1899, which he addressed to the Sultan of Marangas. So that letter was described by Majul. So the letter is, it spoke of how the Igorites and Aitas had joined the revolution to share in the victories of their brothers in the valleys. They had lived in the mountains not because of racial differences with the lowlanders, but because they loved liberty, and not that there was liberty in the country. They were coming down and to the lowlands. Cuevas was asked to appraise the Sulu Sultan of all this and assure him that there would not be any more be reputation of the bloody wars initiated by the criminal ambitions of the Spaniards, who made brothers fight each other, and to warn him that another power, the Americans, was now trying to succeed the Spaniards. The letter explained how a combination of the Zulus with the people of Luzon would make it difficult for outsiders to dominate the Filipino. So the said letter is about Igorot and Aitas who joined the revolution and live in the mountains not because of racial differences of the lowlanders but because their love of liberty. And when liberty was in the country, they started to go down and live with the lowlanders. And then Cuevas was asked to the Sultan to all this and to assure him that there will be not any more repetition of bloody wars to initiate by the criminals ambition of the Spaniards who made the brothers fight. So the letter explained how the combination of the Zulus with the people of Luzon would make it difficult for the outsiders to dominate the Filipinos. So the said letter is talk about one God. But the Spaniards, especially the friars, made a distinction between the Moros, who were described to have a false religion, and the Christians, who were asserted to have a true religion, in order to sow religious discord among the Filipino race. Baldomero Aguinaldo is further expressed the confidence and that as brothers and sons of the same race, they will join in the aspiration of the independence and liberty. Learned that of an incident during the Filipino Revolution in the Cagayan de Oro where a group of local Christian Filipino revolutionists sought refuge in the mountains of Bukidnon. Exhausted and wounded, the group asked to the Bukidnon native to, for help, and the Bukidnon native did not hesitate to help the Filipino revolutionists. They cooked and treat their wants, and with that, in the course of their stay, the Bukidnon introduced the Bukidnons introduced in the Filipino revolutionists in some Maranao Datus, living in the border of Lanao and Bukidnon. A conference was later on held where the Filipino revolutionists, the Bukidnons, and the Maranao Datus promised to defend each other in case the colonizer would reach them. So, the second question is, what inspiration can we get out of these attempts? So, above all the instances or attempts of the cooperation of our forefathers should be inspire us that we are not only related by blood, language, and culture, which are the basis of the ethnicity of the primordial foundation of nationhood, but more importantly, we also had the conviction to belong to each other. In other words, moments of cooperation in our history, such as above not the relegated, only has footnotes, is our textbooks. Rather, they say occupy the confer hold of our history because they form part of the most glorious moments of our collective past. We are now in our last discussion about lesson learned and peace message. So, the lesson we have learned about this Philippine history is the conflicting between the Moro Lumad and the Christian, overshadowing the inspiring unity of the Spaniard colonialism. So, this division were exacerbated by them versus us and our ancestors occasionally shared the interest forming the alliance like that to Byzant's blood compact with the Leyte Christian Datus. So in the conflict was outnumbered harmony due to colonial manipulation of selective memory. So the nation building historiography should balance distressing the revolts with um, convergence points without the erasing painful lessons. So this highlights the brotherhood of fuller sense of collective identity, and it's important to not ignore this bad experience of the past, but to give lessons and acknowledge and promote the moments where our ancestors recognized their commonalities fostered and sense of belonging and inspired to become a unity. So on our peace message. So the peace message is the blood uh this message is about one blood, one fight. So, despite in this division, Filipinos have always had the capacity of brotherhood against the oppression. So, let us revive this spirit, recognizing the communities, nurturing belonging, and the inspiring one community in ensuring the peace free from colonial era rifts. That will be all for my discussion. Thank you for listening.